Welcome yet again to another episode of Women in Business. We're always delighted to have you. I'm Kemchisha Doreen, and we are live. We are going on right now on Smart 24 TV. Women in Business, we're very keen on the mentorships, we're very keen on the linkages to resources, and we're also very keen on the inspiring journeys of women in business. This is something that always and always takes us a step further into the development of women, getting to highlight their journeys, and also finding out what can this inspiration and story help you, the viewers. So thank you for joining us. On this particular episode, we have another amazing lady. We've got Hilda Karamaji. Welcome, Hilda.
Thank you, Doreen.
Hilda, thank you. Hilda is a marketing strategist. She's been doing this for 20 years. Over 20 solid years. She's also the managing director for Blue Edge Marketing and also a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Marketing. Welcome, Hilda.
Thank you, Doreen.
It's a delight.
To be here.
It's a delight to have you.
Yeah, great to be here. Thank you.
You're going to bring into this episode insights of over 20 years.
Well, I hope I can be able to articulate it well, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll try.
Our topic today is branding.
Yes.
Branding and marketing.
Yes.
There's been quite a lot of evolution, of the marketing systems. There's quite a lot of fixation on the digital marketing right now for the Ugandan woman. Whichever business is started by a Ugandan woman in any sort of mentorship, literally telling her to embrace digital marketing.
Yes.
They're telling her this and that.
Yes.
In the conversations that I've had on and offset, Hilda, I don't quite sure understand whether the Ugandan woman is very keen on branding. I don't know whether, and this is where you're going to come in and give us insight. Because we've talked to so many women and they're telling you, you know what, I got in touch with someone downtown, NASA, yes, and they made for me this amazing, catchy label. And that was it. And then I posted it and told them on social media what I had. And basically that is it with branding and marketing. With 20 years, what are those pertinent themes in branding and marketing? And of course, the linkages to that, the synergies. What should we be keen on and what have you seen?
Okay. Thank you, Doreen. I think first of all, let's first understand what branding is. For a lot of people, branding is just a logo. And it's more than that. For a lot of people, they believe that as long as you have a logo, as long as you have some colors, as long as you have a name, maybe a catchy name or preferably your name, that's it, you have branded. And branding is way more than that. Branding is the essence of who you are, either as a person, an event, or a product or a service. Is the essence of who you are. What that means is it captures both the tangible and the intangible themes. What we tend to focus on are the tangible, and that means absolutely nothing to the customer. If the intangibles do not actually deliver, the brand does not behave or does not have the personality that actually delivers the expectations that have been established in the customer's mind. And the reason why we brand is because we want to first establish expectations. This is what you should expect of me as a brand. Maybe I'm a professional, or I am a happy-go-lucky person, or I'm a, whatever it is, this is what you should expect of me as a brand. But if your behavior is contrary. So if you're a professional and they go and hear stuff that is contrary to professional behavior, then your brand starts to get schizophrenic. So it's important for even we as business to understand that, especially not just women in business, but if you're in business, that branding is beyond just a logo. Everything you say, everything you do, your behavior, the experiences you deliver, both as an individual, as a business owner, and as a business, and as your entire network of business partners, they contribute to your brand. They contribute to their brand, and they establish an expectation that you have got to meet consistently.
And I'm very glad. This is very exciting for me.
Yeah.
You'll notice I'm going to make it a habit not to cut you short because it's very exciting for me. One, because I don't think there is a very cohesive plan when people are getting out into business, especially for branding. And what you said it really talks about this. Someone just thinks, okay, fine, your name is Stella, mine is Joseph. We're going to go just it.
Stage.
Yeah, that's what happens. Yes, that's what
Yeah.
happens. We're going to do just it, and we're going to start from here.
Yeah.
Yes, you love color brown, I love color pink. We're going to add the two colors together.
Yeah.
That is happening so many times.
Yes.
But also you have talked about the fact that, you know, our language, the way we talk, the way we have all this different representation comes
Yes.
out into our brand.
Yes.
It comes out into our brand. But I also get to see quite a lot of times on social media, someone is irritated. And oh my goodness, the words that come out of these people's mouth.
Exactly.
It's quite disappointing, because at no one time do they have it in mind that this reflects back to the brand.
Yes.
So is the brand in isolation? It's not, this is who I am, but I'm also a human being, sort of.
Not at all.
How does
Not
that
at all.
work?
As a business owner, you are the brand. Whether you like it or not, everything you do is going to project the essence of the brand that you're offering in the marketplace, the solution you're offering. People will not disassociate you, especially when you're in the service industry. They will not disassociate you from the brand. So what you do, the way you behave, your family life, your social life, you know, if you're being picked up from ditches drunk, that's your brand. It doesn't matter, whatever you put in the marketplace and say, I'm the managing director and the founder of that business, that is what that brand is going to represent. Also, as business owners, we need to be aware that our personality, our values, the things we believe in, the things we hold dear to us permeate into the culture of the business. You'll recruit people, people will notice the behaviors, and that will become the culture of the business, ideally. So it's not a problem starting a business with a name like Stajo. That's okay. But carefully craft the experiences of what that name represents. That's what's important. But also, that for a small business, I think it's more interesting when you have names that are related to the product you're offering. I'll give you examples. I find the honey industry very, very fascinating, the branding in the honey industry. You'll find names like Be Mine Honey, names like Not Tonight Honey. I started using Not Tonight Honey because of the brand name. I was like, I mean, there was nothing else to differentiate it from all the other brands on the shelves, but I was like, this is very interesting. They played on that. Not Tonight Honey, Be Mine Honey, you know, so names like that. If you're a young business that's starting out, if you can cleverly play on that, then your brand is picked up a lot faster because it's directly associated. Exactly, it's directly associated to your product category, the solution you're offering, but also it's building on euphemisms, you know, that people are used to using. So if you can do that, that's fantastic. But if you can't, you can use two names, put them together, but then you must carefully craft the experiences that align with that brand. Now, for example, if you say, I'll use the word professional a lot. So if you say we are a professional firm, and then you can use any colors you want, but most designers will let you know what colors actually speak professionalism. If your logo is going to be spiky and stuff all over the place, that does not speak professionalism, because professionalism is about articulation and less is more and that sort of thing. So you've got to be careful about, even if you go to a designer, wherever it is you go to, the cost does not matter. They need to understand the concept of how they can use all these physical items, logos, names, and things like that to align with the character of your brand and the value and the essence of your brand. Then your work is now to ensure that the experiences that you offer align with the essence of what it is you want to project to your customers. And it needs to be consistent. You have to be very careful about that. It needs to be consistent. You can't be this person one day and the other person. You can't be this serious person one day that is very uncompromising, and then the next day you're this happy-go-lucky sort of brand. You get
have to be consistent.
Be consistent, because for every offer in the marketplace, there's a customer group. There is. Now, if I come and buy into your proposition because I like what I see, I like the things you're saying, I like the way you behave, I like your partners, they all align with my values and what I believe in. Then the next day, I see you going in a direction that does not appeal to me anymore. At that point, you're schizophrenic. I want nothing to do with you. And as a business owner, you'll never understand why customers are leaving.
Yes.
But that's the reason why you're not consistent, you're schizophrenic. So it's not easy for them to actually catch up with you. It's not easy for them to know what to expect. Customers like to know what to expect from you. Yeah. So branding has to go beyond just the physical.
You know,
the tangible.
I find it so interesting. Like, I can sit and listen to this conversation like, over and over again. Why? Because I remember starting up, 2 businesses, and I went down to NASA to my guy in NASA. Every person
has a guy.
Yes. And that's how we say it, let me go down to my guy in NASA for the labels, right?
Yes.
And I remember the first time, he didn't really per se, what I desired is what he put down.
That's a problem.
Yes, the customer is king. What? So there was no direction like you're talking about. Yes. And this person was good with the graphics, but maybe in regards to my particular, label that I wanted and the particular market that I wanted to the target market, this person wasn't really apt and really skilled enough to be able to give me that. And then the next time that I went back for another label, this person actually advised me and said, you know what, this pink really doesn't look good. This particular pink doesn't look good. This shade of lighter pink may be the best option for you. But I'm also thinking about all the women that package all these different things, whether it is soap, whether it is shampoo, whether it's green tea leaves, whether it's whether it's the baking products and all that. Most of them have that one guy.
That is always the same thing.
That is being sent over to them.
Yes.
But because they don't have a very good concept of what they want, yes, of what they want their label, their brand to actually portray, of what they are looking at. They don't have all these things in their mind. All that they know is, I want it to look catchy, I want it to look good, and I want it to be able to stand out when you see someone else. Yes? So it makes it very difficult for even that our guy in NASA or any other place to actually give you something that is for you, because you don't know.
Yeah, so that brings me to a point, a mistake we tend to make as business owners. We tend to believe we know it all. I'm the one that came up with, I'm the MD. Did you come up with this idea? I did. I funded it.
The money is mine.
The blood, tears, and sweat are mine. But listen to the specialists that you bring on board to support you. It really is a challenge for that guy. That guy you're talking about, he probably would like to advise you. But like you said, if your approach is, I want that, I put a flower in that corner, make it bigger, 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 then put my name. My name is not big enough. In fact, put it in red. I mean, the guy wants you out, gone, because you're not about to listen to anything he has to say. Please, we need to listen to the specialist. It doesn't matter where you find him. If you, and I'm telling you, you'll find the same person, the same designer, when somebody comes and says to him, look, I'm trying to start a business. I'm targeting this kind of group of people. This is the sort of thing they like. So this is what I'm offering. This is what I stand for. This is what matters to me. This is what I value, etc. This guy will actually give them something really great. And then you who comes, he'll give you exactly what you've asked for, and off you will go with your something that does not actually look right. But off you go. But that's, so for me, I don't think we should focus, though, too much on these symbols.
Yes.
You can, look at Nike. Honestly,
yes.
Do you think you could have gone to anyone at NASA Road and told them this is what we stand for, performance, etc., and he would have given you that swish?
No.
Probably not.
No.
A lot of logos have very interesting stories, by the way. A lot of logos, if you look at the history of the iconic brands,
yes,
they have very interesting stories. Some stumbled into their logos, but what they focused on, and what I always emphasize, is how they put together the different aspects of the brand, the intangible aspects, the behavior of the brand, the values of the brand, what it stands for, who it partners with. Yeah, that sort of thing. Those are the things that make that brand.
Yes.
It's not that logo, because like I said, if you actually follow the history of a lot of these iconic brands and their logos, a lot of them stumbled into it. Allow me to give you an example. There's a brand we used to work on called Life Boy. Were you born when Life Boy was in this market?
I just I just know it's there.
Life Boy is a
soap, right?
It's a soap. It's
yes,
it's a bathing soap, and it was for the longest time in the 90s marketed towards men. Who are, they go to the gym and they're very muscular and they want to get that sweat off and they leave looking fresh, but they're being clean, because it destroys 99% of the germs and all that stuff. Now, Unilever decided to cull their brands from 1,600 globally to 400. And Life Boy, I think, was one of them. That in Africa, they had decided, okay, we may have to let this brand go. Maybe it's done its time, gone through its life cycle and stuff. In Zambia, I think, I can't remember the country, please don't quote me on this, but I can't remember the country, but I think it was Zambia. They had Life Boy and they had a brand called EBU. Life Boy, they said we can let it go, but we will not let go of EBU. So the guys who are doing the audit were like, but it's exactly the same product. They said, but EBU has a meaning in our local language that people like. They said, so how did you produce EBU? How they produced EBU is that during the manufacturing process, one day, that the stamp that has the name of the brand, it was outdated. So L-I and F fell off, and U and O1 when Y fell off on the other side. And the guy, but when they came in the morning, it had printed all this soap called EBU. And they said, okay, we can't exactly throw it away. The soap is good. Let's put it in the market and see what happens. Yes. And they put it in the market, and what consumers loved was the name. Because I think it meant something. No, but also, it was simple, but it meant something locally. Yeah. It had a meaning locally. Yes. It overtook Lifebuoy, the brand they had marketed and supported for years. Yes. And so they said, this brand has actually an emotional connection. Consumers have an emotional connection with it. Yes. It's cultural. It has nothing to do with the product. Otherwise, if it was the product, Lifebuoy would have done better because we've supported Lifebuoy for decades. Yes. And that's what branding is about. Yeah. It's all the other stuff that you do around the brand. And as women in business, as business people, but especially women in business, we have attention to detail. Let's use that. And make sure that the product that we put out, the offering we put out, the solution, it does not matter what industry it is, it doesn't matter what you're doing. Carefully craft the experiences for the staff, your suppliers, your customers, everybody in your value chain. They say these days that competition is not between brands. Competition is between brand networks.
Repeat that.
Competition is not between brands anymore. Yes. Competition is between brand networks. Okay, look at the telecom brands. And you've seen that in the papers. So maybe MTN or Airtel, those are the only two we have, right? May train their customer relationship people. And when you go to MTN, the office is a fantastic experience. Then you go to an agent somewhere, you know, probably robs you even. Maybe not. Or maybe they are rude to you. What's the communication? MTN did this to me. MTN is rude. Airtel is rude. Yes. That's the communication. That's the network. They were let down by somebody in their network. So it's important that we carefully craft that. If you have somebody that is probably, you're doing delivery business, you're sending a border guy to go and deliver your product to a customer, make sure he's clean. If your business premises are clean and well catered for, why is your border guy arriving in dirty, that's part of your brand. That is part of your brand. And the experience he delivers when he gets to your customer will make the difference between whether the customer will buy from you again or not. They might have loved the engagement with you on the WhatsApp group where they found you. They might have loved the packaging of your brand and everything. They might have loved your customer service and your attention to detail. But your border guy arrives, the guy you sent, and he's rude, he's late, he's rude, he's all this stuff. Why would they bother? You're not the only one they're going to buy whatever it is you're selling, honey from or meat or whatever it is you're selling. They'll just go back to their other guy that they were buying from. The entire chain. You have got, as a business owner, spend time. It's not a joke. Yes. Spend time. Somebody else can take your business and even charge higher than you because they deliver consistently better experience. And that's the brand. Yeah. That's what it stands for.
And we are so delighted, Hilda, to have you. Because these are areas that we never really take so much attention to.
Yes.
We don't.
Yes.
And I believe with very many women, but also there's quite a lot of fascination and fixation on the different packaging and how does my product pop out from the shelf. And when you get into a supermarket right now, oh my goodness, they're beautiful packaging there.
Yeah.
There's so much attention to detail for that. But what about down the chain? Yes? The person, yes, you have started online. You are delivering, all your service delivery narrator is online, but who is delivering this particular product of yours? And how have you branded? Because all that is tied down to your branding.
Absolutely.
I love this. And I wish women as you are watching this and every particular person, please be very keen on the branding. It's not even just about, just like we are being told right now, it's not even just about what you want your brand to look like, what you want, but all the different values. Do you want it to get down to integrity? Is it something
Yes.
about have those experiences, have those memories, have tie it down with the customer relations? All that comes down to branding. Can you believe it? All that comes down to branding. So be very keen and listen in. But before we come down talking about the marketing and how all this is tied down into marketing, let's take a very short break and we'll be right back after this message.